Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. I am Ananda Rose, and today we welcome to the channel the Hunas. Welcome, beautiful beings.
Welcome.
Yes,
Oh,
and
wow.
Wow, wow.
oh, wonderful. So, before the Hunas bring us into a good energetic vibrational space, we're already there, but just before they bring us in their way that they are so lovingly giving to us, I'm going to introduce them. So we have with us today Sacha. Welcome.
Wow.
Yes, and we have Moira. How are you, Moira?
Hi, wow.
And Carol. Hello, Carol. How are you?
Wow.
Oh, you're going to have to tell me what wow means later on. Ladies, over to you. Now, everybody who's watching, we have been talking about how we do this interview and how they tell us about what a Huna is. But one of the things that we really feel great to do today is we feel there's a great idea is to have the Hunas do a chant for us to open this interview. And so I'm so honored and so blessed to have the three of you here with me today. And I really welcome you, honorable beings that you are. And thank you for everything that you have done and are doing for the planet in this time of transformation, because all of us gain from that. So over to you to take us in.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Maha kawatahi. Tawa kahama. Maha kawatahi. Tawa kahama. Maha kawatahi. Tawa kahama. Maha kawatahi. Tawa kahama. Did we do? I'm not Ora. Hey, Maori ora. It sounded like it wasn't really in sync.
It's only like that because perhaps obviously because we're in different places, and look at what we're trying to achieve. We're in different places in different countries, and we're trying to achieve that. So good on all of you. Thank you. It worked. Perhaps what I should have remembered that you needed to put on musicians mode at this point too. But don't worry, we'll do it at the end. Everyone, we're going to seal the interview anyway at the end as well, and there will be another what can I call it, a chant? Is it a chant that you're going to do at the end? Yeah. You haven't worked with it.
Sort of a chant. It's a
Yeah.
login.
Yes.
That was part of our login.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So when you say login, what does login mean? I know we're going to talk about the interview, but our interview questions. But you said login even before. What does that mean?
Logging into.
Oh, right. Tuning
Source.
into source.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's great. Not logging into a computer, everybody, tuning into source. And that's a good way to express it because it's such a modern day term to say log in. Because we talk about downloads all the time, don't we? You're getting a download.
Yeah.
So we can log in. So there we go. Log in, put your password in and log in.
We're always logged in.
We're all, oh yeah, that's, yeah, you're going to have to explain that, ladies.
Yeah.
Right. So please tell me, what is Huna? Who's going to go first? What is Huna?
Okay, I'll go first. Well, for myself, I learned it from Mahuta, who's a leader and a teacher. He mentioned it's like in action, and so I felt really resonated with that term, and through my own experience about kind of being Huna, so it's like light in action, and we are one in many and many in one. But then yesterday I met a Maori, a lady who's in the traditional Maori medicine, and she knew a lot of Maori tribes and the ancient knowledge of Maori. And she mentioned that the Huna is actually means hidden. So the word hidden, it's Maori. In Maori, it's Huna. And so as Hawaiian language.
Okay.
So it basically means like hidden knowledge, hidden treasure. And it also means, in the past, it's like only maybe perhaps a few that hold a key to that knowledge and pass it on and share it. So that's what that Hunas is meant in Maori and Hawaiian term.
Okay, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So anything else? Does anyone want to say anything else to that? Because that there's so many things I want to ask, but you go ahead. You add to that, and then I'll ask the question I want to. Anyone?
Well, when you get sealed, it's like you're reconnected to pure source power. It's
Right.
really, really simple.
Okay. Well, interesting terminology when you get sealed. I'll come back to that. Sacha, you
And
want to
it's
say something?
Yeah, so pure source energy, it's undistorted light.
Okay. So I'm going to come back to the sealed part. How do you come to know this about yourself? Now, okay, before I get you answer that question. So this means the Huna is a light that is always connected to source. Is that right? The light that's within you, the being that is you, is always connected to source. Do I understand that right? Okay.
Yes, I felt that. It's like we're all light within.
Yeah.
We're all light. And even our body is made of light. Now science proving it. So the light within us, which is within everyone as well, that's the deeper meaning of the interconnectedness of all beings. But to become a Huna, it's like that's a group, like a tribe or like a soul family that kind of like bond together, holding a specific code or frequency, doing specific work together. And so it's like we kind of remembering that we've done it before, and now we connected back this network together and do it together in order to fulfill a mission, for example. So it's like a calling that we all have this urge or have this impulses to get into learn about Huna, and then finding out what is Huna means, and then it's basically a remembering journey about who we are. Yeah.
Okay, so to me, I'm hearing here, and I really love that explanation, Carol, because it makes because if somebody says, here's what we were saying initially, they might think, oh, but I have a light. You know what I mean? Why is this different? Why is it different from the light that is within me? And you've just explained it, and I really love that, because you're saying this is all of you coming into remembrance of your soul family, what you are connected to, what you meant to do in this time on the planet for humanity, for the planet, for the collective. And so that is more like, hey, you're coming now to the realization of what's in the terms of your soul contract with everybody else who's got the same term in the same term as in the same expectations of the soul contract, because we all have got soul contracts, and the soul contracts, I'm going to come in this lifetime, that is what I'm going to be doing, this is how I'm going to fulfill my soul's purpose, and that's what all of you are doing, right? Yeah, I understand. That makes so much sense. That's great. Now, you said Huna about the light, but how is it connected to the dragons? And I know I didn't ask you that before, but now I know that's not one of my questions, but how is the Huna connected to the dragons?
Yeah. Who wants to go?
I'm going to ask Norman. I'm going to start nominating people. I'm sorry.
It's a mixed bag, really.
Yes.
But this energy, right, is in our DNA. Okay. So, however, there are dragons here in, different dimensions. So, yeah. Who wants to explain it a little bit more?
Carol?
Well, the dragon energy the dragon energy is huge, and it's really, really strong this year. And the Dragon Master's course, it gives you a set of skills that helps you to twerk with the energies.
Yeah, the
Okay.
codings. So the base because ancient dragons, it's actually guardians of Earth, and they hold a lot of ancient wisdom, and they impart knowledges, and they protect Earth and the human.
Yes.
So the dragons now coming back, it's the dragon's energy that's coming back to guard the Earth, to become the guardians of the Earth, and us being Huna to infuse the dragon energy within us. We either part of us has the connection with the ancient dragon. We were once a dragon. So
Yes.
I had the vision of myself after being initiated and graduated from the course. I had the sight of seeing the dragons within my teacher and my other sisters. So I could see them in the dragon forms, which
Okay.
we once were dragon before. And then also the energy of that protection or the guardianship, it's exactly kind of makes sense to the mission that we're doing, which is to guard Stargate, activate Stargates, form that grid of the ascension for the Earth. And so this is one of the main tasks. And so it makes sense when we talk about dragon as a guardian and a protector. So yeah, so that basically, I hope that explains your question.
I think it explains it, but
Yes.
I'm also like, so what I'm starting to hear in this, and you can always say, Rose, it's not right, but this is the year of the wooden dragon, and in the last, say, 12 to 24 months, a lot of us have been coming into our dragon selves, as in we've been coming into awareness of ourselves as we used to be dragons or dragon masters, dragon riders. We've been becoming aware of dragons in the other dimensions. We're working with them and all of that. So what I'm hearing here is that when you've come into this understanding or the realization that you're a Huna, you've also started to see your dragon. You started to see the dragon you were. You started to see the dragons that are ancient, that have been guardians. You started to come into this realization of that aspect of yourself. Do I say it right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. That's great.
They are family. The
Absolutely.
family as well. Like I've had one visit me in my home, and it was an amazing experience because of my cat's reaction, and I mean it's just like so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's just
Very good.
Oh, I have so much to say, but it's like it's all in here sometimes.
Go on, Moira.
For me, when you experience the dragon energy, it came to me. It was red, and when it came to me, I knew exactly what I needed to do and where I needed to go, even though it was a big ask for me. When that dragon energy comes to you, you're fired up, and you know you can do what you're being asked to do.
So
Yeah,
I'm taking it the dragon energy fire, the fire of the dragon energy is a bit different from the usual, because I'm feeling like I haven't had the fire of the dragon yet. I mean, I work with dragons, and all of that, but I haven't had that fire. I can feel that fire is different from the way you're explaining it, because it almost makes you fearless, is what I'm thinking.
Exactly. We don't have. I mean, we're made to go into dark spaces unseen and have no fear, so we can, go in there, undistort, negotiate, crystallize.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
And I thought, wow. And you kind of sit there thinking about it, and it's like, am I really doing this? Because you still, your human self is catching up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So
that's, I think, yeah.
How do you come to realize that about yourself, that you're a Huna? I mean, I know that you've gone for the course and all of that, right? And like you've gone to when you went to the Dragon Masters course, that was one tool or one way that you can equip yourself. But how do you realize? Because you would have realized you're a Huna before you went to that course, right? Do I understand that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how did you come to realize you're a Huna?
For me,
yeah, you go.
Go on, Sacha. But for me, it was part of my awakening, really, and I was in a meditation, trying to understand my ancient lineage, thinking it would all be Celtic, and then just out of the blue and totally unexpected, it came to me that I was ancient Maori, ancient Lemuria from Sirius, and some of this stuff I had to look up because I'm thinking, what's all this? And then it really resonated, a really deep remembering from within.
Wow, that's incredible, right? It's wonderful to hear. Carol, how did you find out? How did you come to realize that you're Huna?
It started on a journey where I heard a voice inside my head saying I wanted to explore the spirituality in true Maori.
Okay.
And I don't know what that means, true Maori, right? And I was like, yeah, okay. And then one thing after another, my husband just one day got a video, YouTube video on an interview with Huna Flash with Catherine Edwards. And anyway, I watched that video and I'm like, that's it. That's that guy who knows what is true, a spirituality of Maori. It's actually nothing to do with Maori. It's the Lemurian.
Yes. Wow.
And then after that episode, I had a dream. And that dream was crazy. Like I went back to ancient times where I have like elders sitting around and it's like all shamanism and well, from where I was, I am nowhere near shamanism or that kind of work. So this is all new. And then I have, again, my teacher, Mahuta, was in that dream as well. And they were like talking about, wisdom. Anyway, and then there's a bonfire and there's some smokes and everything going on in the background, and I'm like, okay. So I never had that sort of dream in my life, so I'm like, this is a sign, like it's starting to trigger, activated my memory back.
Yeah.
And so then I, after a few more YouTube's video that I watch about him and his knowledge, then it all kind of like activated even more and more. And then I decided to like schedule a one-on-one Zoom call with him, because you can actually book a Zoom call with Mahuta himself. And then after that, it's even more crazy. I have like 3 dreams in a row where I was sitting with the elders again.
Wow.
And there was a bit of detail there, which I won't kind of review. It's a bit personal, but I mentioned it to the teacher as well. And then I was like, okay, that means I will have to, I need to go onto this path to find out, who I actually am, what's the connection with that. And then and then I got some crazy signs about that. And through that period of time, I also did a birth chart, which is a Lemurian birth chart, and then I found out what is my birth sign in Lemurian calendar. And then that time I was deciding whether I should go on the Dragon Master course. And because part of the Dragon Master course requirement is you need to do the graduation in Mexico in June every year. And then I got this white dove just came and just landed in front of me on the deck, which I never had white dove. I've never seen
Yeah,
any
it's
white
not
dove
common. Yeah,
in Auckland. I mean, backyard.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
what's the odds?
yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
this is the one big sign, and then I have like two more signs that confirming, okay, I gotta go. So then that's how I got into the path. It's like synchronicity and everything, just kind of the memory come back, and then it matches, and then everything's line up. So it works like this for me.
Sacha, wow, such incredible stories, right? Both Moira and Carol, you're saying to me, and I feel like these are conversations we need to have a one-on-one, like another separate interview, because you've got to tell us the journey that you're taken to come to where you are, right? Sacha, what about you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think back now. But I guess with my family name is H-A-U, which has always been pronounced Ho, the Māori name. And then it was changed to H-O-W-E. Okay, so then when I started, yeah, I just want to go a little bit further. It's actually, I'm going so fast in my brain now, but it's Lemurian.
Okay.
It's Ha'u. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's to do with first breath. And it was Mahuta, actually. He told me, you know, like it means the tribe. What does it mean? The family of, extended family. So yeah, in Native American. But it was Huna actually. He said to me, oh, it's Ha'u. Yeah. So so with all our codes, which are actually frequency, are like ha, ma, ka, wa, tahi, it's not even a language. So when Carol says the true Māori, which is Lemurian, and I'm the same actually. I was always like wanting to find out, okay, why am I not drawn to Māori culture? I mean, I can hear sometimes with the reo and everything, I feel it, the frequency is amazing, but then other times I'm drifting in confusion. So I think it was until it was just, how did I find Mahuta actually? It was from a video clip that a friend sent me when I was going through, okay, I'm just on a deep search of finding out who I am and what is going on in the planet, because yeah, I think it was more like a self-discovery of who I am. Yes. And when I saw Mahuta, I was like, I know him.
Wow.
They were just like, I know him.
Yes.
I've seen him somewhere, and the sound of his voice was just like humming to me. And I was just, I've got to find him. That was it. And I found him on Facebook and added him. Okay. And he added me pretty just like that. So yeah. And I just watched him for I think like 2 years. I can't remember. But anyway, it was a while before I said, okay, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And I actually had a dragon land on my roof. I think it was when I decided to do the course. That's when I heard, yeah, a dragon land on my roof. So it was like confirmation that I'm on the right track.
That is just awesome.
So yeah. It's just been amazing since. I mean, I still go through a lot of things like day-to-day life, but it's just so, yeah, the things I'm experiencing now, I feel like it's just enhanced.
Yeah.
Like it's every day. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we could go into detail into that.
Oh, I so understand that, because I think since the dragons have arrived in my space, my life, my world is different. I don't have the things I fear no more, because I know that I'm very well taken care of by the dragons. Definitely, like the archangels and the angels look after us. They are looking after us, but in a more, dare I say, in a more obvious way, in a more forceful way, in a gentle, forceful way, you know, like helping us to own in and become our true selves, become who we are. Yeah. So I think that's just really, I love hearing about that. What I want to ask next is, what do you do to keep, like, what is your daily practice of life to be a Huna? Is there a daily practice of life to be a Huna? Like, what must a Huna do to be a Huna? Carol, tell us.
Moira, you go first.
Sorry, I didn't see Moira. I didn't see Moira light up. I was looking in the other direction. Sorry.
So I meditate every morning, and at the start of meditation I do the login, which we heard, and see what comes to me during meditation, and then I say the codes which allow the undoing of what no longer serves. I say them every day. I do the part with my dragon staff every day. That's a way of moving the energy, and that sort of sets me up for the day, that I can live my daily life from a place, from source, from my place of power and source, and it's so lovely.
Okay.
And sometimes if I come across a situation, I would say the codes again, or if I go to specific locations and feel that I need to say the codes, so it's given me the tools to be undoing the distortion all the time, wherever I go.
Right. So the codes are what you've learned in your Dragon Master course that you're talking about? Okay. And so that's really good, because it's saying the codes is almost like you do a chant. It's almost like you chant the codes, right? And then that's kind of, it's powerful enough. The light is in the language, so to speak of, dare I say it?
It's a sound frequency energy, more so than a language.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Very good.
And we carry that even in our being. So when we telepathic, sometimes we don't actually need to speak. And I know this from a land site that I went to as well, and that was amazing.
Wow. Carol, do you want to add something to that?
I basically also do those practices like what Maura mentioned, on a daily basis. So we have kind of much more practices incorporated in it as well, but that's kind of like connecting with the nature is part of one of the biggest part as being a Huna. So every Huna mostly spend a lot of time in nature, or they make special effort in connecting with the nature to tap into that energy.
Right. Which then brings me to the next question, like, so since you've come to the realization of that you're a Huna, right? And a realization of you're not connecting with your soul family, and realization, that you have this contract for this time and space, right? So you've got your codes. I'm thinking the codes, like you were saying, Sacha, you were saying about it, about the DNA in your body. So when you voice it, it connects to your cells in your body, and then of course that inadvertently goes out in a frequency to others as well. And so all of the Hunas are connecting, right? So that's like freaking amazing. That's all I can say. That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah. Well, this is what we're actually, all of us are made to do this.
Yeah, yeah. So Carol,
So,
sorry, go on. I thought you were finished. You paused.
no,
Carry on. So, go on. So, come on, Sacha.
no, I was just saying we're all made to do this.
Yeah.
When we all completed our Dragon Masters, graduated, we were seen as special, but I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure there's more out there. Like, yeah, for the next ones to come.
So,
yeah.
So Carol, you were talking about being in nature, right? So being in nature, being grounded, connecting with the environment is a very important thing at the moment. This is something we should all be doing, right? But so being in nature is one of the things that you are already doing it. I'm sure, Carol, you were already doing it. Is it different now? Is it different now that you and why I'm saying I'm sure you're already doing it, because we've known each other for a while now. So, and I know your practice that you would encourage me to do that. So I know that you'd be doing it. So is that different from what you were doing in terms of being in nature?
Yeah, I think the practices that I learned from the Dragon Master School course and the Huna codes actually did make a difference, because we made us well before I've been, every morning I'm connecting to the energy of the sun. So I'll be doing sun gazing and staring in the sun. But now it's like, wow, what's going on is being so much intensified as well. But
Okay.
while we are doing the Huna codes and those practices, it's almost like I could feel the shifts going on in the environment.
Okay.
It sounds crazy, but it's almost like the clouds and something will change, and then you probably will see something in the sky.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and then you will see the movement of the birds or something. It's like everything. It's like what Sacha mentioned perhaps earlier when we talked and about intensify the sensation. So it's like you kind of feel the sense of that connection even more, but you can't really describe it. But it's just like energetically, it's like wow, like really connecting so much deeper on multidimensional level.
Yeah, and even when we do stuff on our own, it's literally like I'm traveling with a team always, and it's just so powerful. Like, and when we are together, I'm thinking, is there more of us standing here? Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, I can literally feel it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All the generational Hunas that were on the planet, or some coming in still.
Yeah.
Children. Yeah. So, yeah.
It would be interesting to also hear what Moira is going to say, because Moira is a mountaineer and she climbed mountains.
Yeah, go on, tell us then.
Oh, yeah. It seems to be part of my past. One of the places I'm asked to go to are the mountains, and it's what I've always done. Also, when I was talking about the red dragon energy coming, the one time it came to me, I was being asked to go to climb Aconcagua in Argentina, which is 7,000 meters, and that's a very big mountain, and it was a huge ask for me. But I knew when the red energy came that I could do it. And I also understand more. The mountains are they hold such energy. I feel very blessed that I live in the high mountains, and I just feel very comfortable with the energies. And as Carol was saying, since becoming a Huna, I just see the energy what's happening to the energy. I see it in the clouds in the sky. I'm constantly looking up to the sky these days to see what's happening. Is there a lot of energy coming over?
Yeah.
Yes, and,
So
yeah. So Moira, you've just come back from Turkey, right?
Yeah.
You were having
Climbed
go on, tell us about it.
Oh, well, Mount Ararat in Turkey. I went to
my
make a sacred
gosh,
connection.
you're making my dreams come true, lady.
It's 5,100 meters high,
oh my gosh.
and it has beautiful energy, very similar to that of Aconcagua. And I was with a lovely group, and it's, although I make it sound easy, it wasn't in some ways. And the night before the climb, we had a few hours to sleep before setting off at 1 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep, and I just laid there awake. And then at one point, I was visited by, I can only describe them as star beings, beautiful, energetic beings who came and reassured me that I would be able to do it, and that they would see that not just myself, but the whole group got up the mountain. And then we set off at 1 o'clock in the morning, and about halfway up the mountain, it was extremely cold, and I was very worried about my feet and thought I might have to turn around and go back. And the beings came again, and they surrounded myself and the group, and I felt that they lifted me up and carried me up the mountain. I wasn't physically taxed by this mountain. It was just, it was incredibly beautiful. And I also know the guide had put me as number 1 behind him, and I had this sensation. I think I knew afterwards that although the guide had led us up the mountain, that he'd put me behind him because the energy and the guides around us kind of were being led by myself. It was quite it's just how it felt.
Wow.
And then on the top, after I made the sacred connection, the energy was just incredibly beautiful. I took a photograph of the sun, and there's a beautiful halo around it, and you can see all the energy in the clouds. It was just really, really
there's
beautiful.
like a light behind you, Moira, when you were talking about it. It kept coming in, and
oh, that's
so
lovely.
it
is
so I was like, is that really happening?
Wow.
But it's when I go to make these sacred connections, I'm always given the dragons are with me. I'm always given what I need to make the connection. Always.
Wow.
I've come to trust that, because I'm asked to go to some challenging places, and there's more challenging places to come, and I've learned to trust that. And to trust my Huna power. It's there.
Wow, that's awesome. And you're never alone, really, are you, with your Huna power?
No.
Because you have got your soul family that's working with you.
Absolutely. I remember when I was trying to decide about the Dragon Masters course, and the vision came to me, I saw myself stood on the beach with my Dragon Master staff, and I knew I was stood in my power.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And that's what the course has given me, access to my full power to do the work I came here to help with the shift.
Wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. And I see I am looking at a picture of you on the mountaintop with the sun and looking up at the sun. I think there's somebody in here, might be you trying to take a picture of the sun. This is what Carol has sent to me. Really beautiful picture. But we will use that. I will put the picture up, maybe as part of the thumbnail, if you're okay with me putting the picture up, because I'd love to share that picture. Yeah. So it's really interesting that you just went into, you're standing in your power to do what you've come to do now in this time and space, right? I'm just reinterpreting your words, because it brings me to this next question. What would you say to someone who thinks they are a Huna? What would you say to them?
I don't think it's a thinking, it's a knowing. Like it
That's
was
a very good,
just
that's
like,
a very good
I know
answer.
I need to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the whole thing when we like, it's just like we're drawn to places without even thinking. I'm like, why am I here today? What do I need to do? And things just happen, and I pack my kahara, which is like crystal, and then
So, yeah, I'm kind of keen to ask this, to know this. Go on.
Oh, it's more like a flow energy, like more, it's your consciousness basically, guiding you more than your mind.
And
your heart. It's not like an emotional attachment. It's amazing. Like I used to be very sensitive, like
okay,
handle very many things.
Yeah.
Especially if attacked by family members and things.
So do you think the sensitivity is about the soul purpose? That you think that if how they say anybody who's hypersensitive, for example, can be like might be neurodivergent, but that means that being neurodivergent, meaning like you have autism or is you considered to be autistic or ADHD or whatever, those are just alphabets given here on this planet, right? But like these people are transformers. That's what I've discovered about them. They're transformers. So do you think that maybe that's part of this hypersensitivity is there, not as in I'm just hypersensitive and poor me, but it's hypersensitivity because that's how we've come here to this planet, and all of that other stuff that's going on. It's a little bit too much. We're just hypersensitive to that, and we just need to keep ourselves in a space of protection. Do you think just by the by, that's a valid thing to wonder about or to relate?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I used to be a teacher, and I worked with a lot of autistic youngsters, and actually I seem to meet more and more neurodiverse people, and I think it's just that they're kind of already tuned in to the multi-dimensional aspects of ourselves, and so it makes you ultra sensitive to all the stuff that goes on at 3D level. Yeah, definitely.
I've started calling them the sleeping dragons that are about to awaken.
Yes.
And not to digress, but I'm just doing it. I've been doing like sessions on my channel for people who are considered to be neurodivergent or are neurodivergent, and that is just bringing in light codes for them to awaken to themselves. So it's really to awaken to their true purpose here on the planet. And so when you say sensitive to things, it does make me wonder, this hypersensitivity that people are feeling. Like you sort of reaffirmed this now, didn't you, by saying what you just said? Now,
yeah, I think so. Yeah, when we are kind of like in a higher vibration, we tune into more of the purity, love, and compassion, that kind of vibrational range. So when when things are, we are in a chaotic moment, in a transitional phase of the planet and human evolution. So that's really a lot going on, and our sensitivity, it's on some way may not be, serving us in a way. It's hard to navigate, but at the same time, it's a sign. It's basically like almost a sign telling us that, what is, the right direction, or what is more resonated with us. We go with the more resonated frequencies of people and scenario and environment.
You find your tribe.
You find your tribe.
5D.
So Sacha, you were saying something about you take your crystals and you just like find yourself in somewhere. So what is that? Can you expand that a little bit? I just want to understand it better.
So kahara is this it's like crystal dust. It's from a comet, so it's basically like a gift from the universe landed in Mexico. So a lot of the Hunas have this dust, crystal dust.
Mhm.
And yeah, so sometimes I don't even know what I want to do when my son is with his dad. And then all of a sudden I feel like, oh, you've got to go here today, go for this walk. And in my mind, I was like, I really want to go this way, but then I was drawn to some other direction.
Okay.
So yeah, it was like, why am I coming here?
Okay. Okay.
And then yeah, so and yeah, going to a mountain in Auckland, that one has been huge for me. Yeah, I don't want to say too much on
No, that's your private practice, and that's okay. But it's just,
yeah.
I just wanted to understand that, because like, if you do you find that it's how I don't know how I'm, what
Well,
am I trying to ask?
because our DNA, or like our DNA knows the sacred land sites on the planet.
Okay.
So even if we do have entities or beings coming to say you need to go here, actually we already have it in our consciousness, DNA, whatever you want to call it. And it's just like, it's like a force that kind of speaks to you to come this way. Yeah.
Okay, right. Come this way, come this way. This is, yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm thinking, when I go to some other situations, I'm like, what am I doing here? Me here.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, yeah, you can tell the difference. So obviously your guides want you to see something or be here because you're of service, or it is just literally you've got to go to this land site because it's calling you.
Okay.
You've got some sort of connection to that site. So yeah.
So it's not like unreasonable times or anything that you suddenly want to go there at 3 a.m. in the morning or something like that. Okay, I'm just making sure, right?
No, so it is kind of like, yeah, I know what you mean. So maybe it was communicated through to me, and then it was like, okay, she has to go when she's ready to go.
Yeah,
because
but
even though in her mind she's saying she wants to go here, but you're actually going to be, yeah. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of Hunas feel drawn to, say, different sites, and we'll just go for a walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's good.
It's interesting because I feel like it's more, yeah, it's more flowing. Like, you don't have to overthink. It's not spontaneity. It's definitely not that.
It's just,
yeah, it's a little bit different actually, especially if you could use your do the login and
yeah. Okay, so
you've
you're
got
not going to be led astray.
Telepathic codes.
Yeah, so you're not going to be led astray, are you? Because you know that you're okay, and if you feel the flow of going in the other direction, well, that's fine, because that's what you're supposed to do. You just gonna go with it. Do you find that time is an issue with that? Could you like be caught up in it for 3 hours and then you get back? Oh, really? I needed to be like home by this time or something like that. Do you ever find that?
No, because I feel like a lot of when you're doing this, it's quantum. Like it feels like it's not. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's not Earth's time. It's just like if you did something for 3 minutes, you did a big thing.
Yeah.
Is that what okay. So when you're saying quantum,
it's yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, I had these experiences to houses that I've done with cleansing and stuff. So yeah.
Right.
Anyway, you feel like you've got to go here because there's something here. Yeah.
Which is really a good lead in to the next question. But before I go to my next and almost final question, is there anything anyone else wants to say with regards to what Sacha and I were just talking about?
I think we definitely come with I feel the journeys I'm called on to make now, it's as though I'm activated, and then each place that I go to, I'm activated further. It's a bit like I feel I've come pre-programmed, and it's like my soul knows my soul knows the job I've come here to do, and as Sacha says, it doesn't come from mind. It comes from somewhere deep within. And I've learned not to question it really, and like Sacha says, to go with the flow. Sometimes the flow I'm being asked to go with seems huge, but I just have learned to trust the process really.
Okay. Yeah, Carol,
We're like wanderers. Wanderers.
But in a good way. Wanderers in a good way. Yeah. Yeah. Carol, do you want to say anything else before I ask a couple of my last questions? You all good?
Yeah, you can go ahead asking the questions.
Right. Which brings me very nicely to this point here, because Sacha was talking about she goes to houses, or it sounds like you do house clearings, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask this. Do you have to be advanced in your spiritual journey to be a Huna? Do you think?
No, because yeah, it's interesting because we're unlearning, like so Lemurian Gregorian stuff is, for me, I could never really fully connect with a lot of Gregorian spirituality. Yeah, we could go into depth into that, but
so just in one line, in one sentence, tell us, what do you mean Gregorian? Is it Gregorian or Gregorian? What do you mean?
Exactly. How do you even say it? Yeah, so there's a lot of light workers out there who are really, into that system, whereas I was dabbling a little bit into it, but I was interested in, like, why am I not connecting here? There's something missing, and that's probably when I connected a lot more with the Lemurian teachings and with what Mahuta was teaching, and it was just like, whoa, this is getting, I just felt this big vroom, like, oh, this is where it all started, basically. Like, this, yeah. So that inner knowing, I had to go with it because it felt more authentic, and where we all, like, once we've undistorted, let go, unlearned a lot of stuff, then, you don't really need to be this and that to, I don't know, it's just amazing because we all have natural abilities, right? So when we got sealed, it was like it just enhanced. So I was already naturally intuitive, and I could see things from a young age. So now it's sort of changed a little bit. I'm still seeing things, but it feels more like my whole being can see it.
So
yeah.
So
yeah. So it's quite in depth, but yeah. Does anyone else?
So I just want to come back to can I just come back to the Gregorian? So when we talk about Gregorian, are we talking about the Catholic Church, that sort of spirituality? Is that what we're talking about? Is it? Because I'm confused about the Gregorian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, because we all should be, right?
We've all been sort of programmed into that, but this transformation is all us breaking out of the program, out of the matrix, and coming to self and our journey, our personal soul story, right? What we came here to do, and how we've come to actually come and bring in all that we are contracted to bring in this time to fulfill our soul's purpose here, according to the soul contract, for what we are meant to do in this time and space for the collective, for ourselves, for the planet, all of that. So that's universe, whatever, right? That's what I feel. So no, that's I'm glad that I just wanted to clarify that, because if someone heard that term, they might say, what does that mean? And at the end of the day, what I will add to that is everybody is where they are on the journey. And so for us to come out of, or come to the realization, okay, so I don't resonate with that I've been learning all this time, or that I've been knowing. And suddenly I found something that I actually resonate with, because I actually feel it from the core of me. Because as soon as I came into this understanding of Lemuria and what Lemuria was all about, I woke up, it ticked all the boxes. I was suddenly like, oh, that's me. I feel everything come alive in me, because my DNA is resonating and speaking with it, right? So all of us are on the journey. So wherever anyone is, it's all good. It's just saying, for us individually, like, we're having these experiences, and that's where that is. So that's pretty awesome, actually. So yes, so Moira, you were about to say something. Sorry.
Just, I think, like Sacha says, I think I think you just come, you start to remember, and you just know. It's like waking up, and you start to remember, and there's you really resonate. It's like a knowing from within, and and I don't think you can sort of say, do you have to, where do you have to be on the spiritual journey? I think everybody has their own unique journey, and they're just to a point where they start to waken up and remember, and then it would resonate, and then you know that you're a Huna.
So I just want to expand that question a little bit. Okay, I just want to expand that question a little bit. When I asked, do you have to be in an advanced point in your spiritual journey, what I was really talking about is this. I wasn't talking about Gregorian or that, so I'm sorry if I didn't voice that question better. What I was talking about was, I've known Carol for years, and I know from Carol's history that she has had a long journey in terms of doing things. I'd be honest and say that whenever I refer to Carol, I say she's my shaman. To other people, when I talk about Carol,
she's my shaman too.
I say she's my shaman. And I say she's my shaman because of all that energy healing she's been doing for the years, because of how much I've learned from Carol, or because how much the work, the energy healing she has been doing has shifted and moved me in my journey. And what I'm asking when I ask that question is because I'm hearing that all of you have been doing these things. The two of you, other than Carol, have also been doing this thing. You're doing house clearings. You do probably meditation for years. You're doing energetic healing. You're doing Reiki. You probably have Reiki. You probably do yoga. You probably do mindfulness practice, chanting, all of those things. And you've been doing it for years. You've been following the voice of your intuition for years. And that is what I'm asking. Does one have to be advanced in that sense to be a Huna? Or can you say, I've just awakened to the fact that I am this high vibrate, or that I'm a holy being, not holy, but honorable being here, and that I am my higher self is part of a monad, and I'm here for higher purpose. But I came to the knowledge. I suddenly know that I can do light language. And okay, so is it for that person who hasn't done all the Reiki and all the meditation for the years gone by? That's what I mean about my advancement in spiritual journey. Can somebody be like, just awaken now and then become a Huna? That's what I'm asking.
I'm not going to say no, because it's possible. Anything's possible, right?
True,
so,
true. That's all the question was.
I think also, I think it's also if somebody who's actually just awakened, it will take them really short time to remember, and then they just tune in again, and they got connected again. So but most I think from observation, like most of the Hunas I met, they're pretty much advanced, basically. Not because well, they basically went through quite a journey themselves in order to come to a point where you wanted to become service to others and service to the planet on a collective level. So through that, you probably have to be sort of kind of purified to an extent. And through that, you need to have like sort of different discipline. But it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you have to be, you know, the master or whatever, but everyone is on a different journey. But I realized that most of them definitely are on, you know, spiritual path, are like aware of spirituality, like really into spirituality. And quite open to different sort of disciplines as well.
No, I like it. I like that explanation.
I like what Carol says about it is about service beyond self. I think that's the work that we do.
Service beyond self. Yeah, absolutely. And I like it. And I did that deliberately to ask this question, by the way. I just wanted to throw a spanner into the works. And that's not to, this is, when I ask to anybody watching this after we've done this interview, you know, I want to say this, when I ask that question, I'm just aware that people are suddenly awakening recently, and they're awakening with suddenly the healing tool, or the light language tool, or interpreting the light language, or suddenly they can do things, or they can do things and come to the realization of stuff. But a lot of them are not aware of how to get their daily practices in place, right? And so just kind of, I have been working with quite a few people like that recently, and I just had to wonder, like, hey, and I agree with you, Sacha. I think it's possible that somebody who's awakening like that could be could come into, oh, I'm a Huna, but I also feel but I also have to feel this more so, and especially obviously from your experiences now, you're saying that most people, you know, have had this journey. They've had a long journey of finding themselves, going through the motions, all of that, putting things into practice, teaching others, being a support for others, all of that, right? Being someone's shaman, even though they didn't make that claim, but other people are saying that about them, like I just said about Carol. The thing is that I feel like perhaps I'm getting the sense that to be a Huna means that all people that are contracted here to be a Huna is possibly that they had to take that journey to come to this time and space where they awaken to that realization about themselves, or they awaken to that thing about themselves, that they're Huna. And I think it's unique in that sense. It's not saying it's better than other people. I just feel like, you know, the journey you've taken, you know, the knowledge you have, and that's why becoming a Huna makes so much sense to you. Coming into being a Huna clicks. It does it, or whatever. I also feel that, and Carol, I don't know how this started to happen for you, but I feel like something happened with the lunar and solar eclipse, March lunar eclipse, April solar eclipse, that sort of agitated people more to the realization of this thing. I could be wrong, but I just felt that people came more and more to the realization, oh my gosh, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's my next step. That's the next level of my progression on the spiritual journey. Now I come into this realization and to take ownership of what I'm really coming into doing here for my life's purpose and my soul's purpose in this time and space on this planet. So I love it. Sorry, I said a lot. You were supposed to be interviewing, be the ones interviewing. You were supposed to say that. But I just wanted to tie it in like that.
It might be the telepathics.
It might be the telepathics, but I always, if you get to know me more, you know I'll talk a lot. But I really wanted us to sort of own it back in like this. I felt that we needed to come to the conclusion of this interview this way, because it feels like that is the right place to where we leave it. And you know, I guess I want to say I want to leave it, but how? So for me, I would be saying, can people contact, like all of you have your websites and things like that you do work with. Can people contact you? Are you of service to individuals who want to know more about being a Huna before we close today? Is that part of the process, or are you just working as a collective?
Yeah, we can put the House of Huna website in the description box, so they could find out more about that. Yeah, and we have our individual website as well, me and Sacha.
Yeah, and I'll put that in the description box too, because I think, Carol, there's you know, people can now come to find out more about the services both of you are offering to the collective. And now you've come into being Huna as well, so that makes a difference. And what about you, Moira? Is there anything you do like that you offer to the collective?
Well, I'm also an artist, and I sell. I do large mountainscape paintings, which I sell just for charity. But I'm still in the process of sorting out the website. And then what I want to be able to do through the website is to sell the art, but also then to offer energy services like the clearing energy in houses.
Wonderful.
But that's a work in progress.
Okay, that's great. But in the meantime, if there's somewhere else that you're selling your artwork, please let us know, and we'll put that in the description box. Or even if it's an email, a generic email that people can contact you at and to get access to your artwork. Yeah.
Is that the painting at the back is your work, Moira?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, look at that.
That's
wow.
That's a painting I did of the mum. Yeah.
So what mountain is that one, Moira?
So good.
Moira, what mountain is it?
Again. It's the Mont Blanc where I live.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
In France.
Yeah. So now we can't see you, Moira. You've gone completely away to show us the
I'll
photo.
come back.
Come back.
Now.
Thank you.
So you could see the painting.
Yes, I realized.
It's hidden.
Right.
This one,
so
I think we missed something really important about the seal, that we all have an essence.
I was going to ask, what is that? You keep saying we got sealed. What does we got sealed mean?
So we all like a activation.
Yes.
To connect us and undistort any, distortion that we carry around.
Okay.
But also it's to help us connect at a higher frequency with our higher self. So we all have an essence, which is like our higher self, and we're all so Mahuta, Huna Flash, our elder, we all have our own sound frequency.
Okay.
And that's why you'll see my name here. It says Hasamatere. So that's my energy that I bring, and who I really am, who I feel I am more as a light being. Yeah.
And that as being sealed is very individualistic, right?
Yes, we all have a different essence. So I don't know if you guys want to share.
Okay, mine is I'm
Your
Huna Ma Moira Eel, she who is the dream time from the eternal first light, first smile.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's beautiful. What about you, Carol? Are you willing to share?
Yes, my one is just free sound. Haka wa. Haka wa.
Ah, okay.
Haka wa.
What is wa? All of you said wa in the beginning.
Love.
Oh, okay.
Love.
So that is what? That's Lemurian, or is that like ancient?
Lemurian.
That's Lemurian. Wa. So wa, it almost sounds like Waitaha, like that kind of.
Yes, Waitaha.
Waitaha.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
It's also named after a duck. Oh, I just listened to Flash say the name today, but so when the mother duck is waddling with all her babies in a line across the road, it's like the love train. So no one will run that mother over with her babies, right? So so rather a duck saying
quack
quack quack, it's wah wah.
Wah wah.
Wah wah.
It is true, right?
So it's like,
sounds like they say wah rather than they say quack.
The mother duck?
Oh, of course. We have so many on our street.
The mother duck really stands her ground.
Yeah, she's a little bit
A
bossy,
mother
and
duck with her baby.
if she's crossing the street, you just all traffic stop because
Yeah.
she's just got to go. And sometimes you think, what a silly mother, because she's taking those children into danger, right? Because and we see it all the time
she's got
here.
a love bubble.
Yeah. But you see, she's saying to the world, I expect you to respond positively in a positive way and make sure that I can cross the road. And we have the right to be here just as much as you do, people. So give us our time. They are hilarious, the mother ducks, actually, with the way they behave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
So yeah, where I live, there's so many ducks, you know, and they're just kind of, they're so bossy, and they're so bossy, they stand out there and call me to feed them because they do not fly north. The mallards do not fly north anymore in the winter because there's enough food in New Zealand for them. But when there's a shortage of food, we need to help them. We need to help them live. So we feed them bird seeds and whatever. But anyway, not to digress, but it's interesting how you bring that in there. Ladies, thank you so much for your time today, but we are going to seal this interview with something from the three of you. So I'm going to ask you to put yourself in musician's mode on Zoom so we can hear the toning coming through. And
how do we do that, love?
So on the top right hand of your side of your screen, it says something like original sound for musicians off. If you click it, it'll turn it on.
Original.
Yeah, on the top right hand side of the screen.
Oh my God, I haven't used this very much.
Do you see where there's something that says view, like a view box?
Yes.
Next to that, it should say original sound for musicians off or on. No, not prompt. Maybe because it's just not set in your settings. It's not been set up. But let's do the chanting anyway. Come on, we're going to hope for the best here.
Okay. So, do you want me to read it first, ladies, or?
Yep, you can lead us.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, and you're just going to go
with you.
Yeah, we'll join in.
Okay. Shall I say the maha kawatahi first and then the verse, I think?
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Maha kawatahi tawakahama. Maha kawatahi tawakahama. Tihe. Mori. Ora.
Ora.
Oh, it looked like Moira. You just cut out there, but
it's okay.
Okay. And then I'll just say this one here. It goes, I am the father.
I am the mother. I am the mother.
I am the child.
I am the child.
This is the way.
This is the way.
We remember you.
We remember you.
We remember you.
I am the essence of Father.
I am the essence of Father.
I open up the heavens.
I open up the heavens.
I am the essence of Mother.
I am the essence of Mother.
I give birth to the heavens.
I give birth to the heavens.
I am the essence of the child.
I am the essence of the child.
I am the heavens.
I am the
heavens.
This is the way.
This is the way.
We remember you.
We remember you.
Wawa.
Wawa.
Wow. How beautiful. How beautiful. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for the time. And I so appreciate all three of you. You're so amazing, ladies.
Oh, thank you, Rose.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
What an honor. It's always an honor. This is my first interview. I don't normally do this stuff.
Well, thank you. I've got to say the honor is mine. For you, the honor is mine because of who you are and what you have come to do on the planet. So, you know,
No, well, I don't feel like I'm anyone special.
that's probably okay if you're feeling like that. But think about, it's not about special, it's about saying, this is the being who you are, and I honor that. I honor the greater you that you are. And I look forward to the day when you see who you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Well, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Sacha. Thank you,
Mhm.
Moira. Please stay with
Thank
me
you.
before we I say goodbye, after I've said goodbye to everyone and shut the recording off, because I just like us to catch up afterwards. But everyone, thank you so much for watching. It's been an incredible time. It's been an unusual conversation. It's been an amazing conversation. And I hope that this conversation today will start you thinking about yourself and connecting with your higher self, the greater you that you are, to figure out who is it that you really are. And what is it that you have come to do here on the planet in this time and space through this transformation process that Gaia is going through and the whole collective, all of us are going through at this time. So thank you, everyone. And we'll catch you next time here on Ananda Rose. And bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, take care. Bye.